what you want to try and do is basically try to keep your body aligned straight. And there's two ways to go about it. You can you can either you can do it more like snowboarding, where you imagine your feet are your ankles are stiff with the boots, and you can use your body weight to shift and go into your slides that way. Or you can actually shift your weight forward a little bit and kind of feel underneath your back foot, almost as if you're balancing on like a rail or something. Imagine the center wheel is like a rail, and you're just going to kind of roll over that center wheel just enough to where your wheel touches. So you're going to roll your back foot a little bit and then slide it out. Roll your back foot a little bit to slide it out the other way. Roll your back foot to slide it out the other way. Um, try to go on like a flatter hill and just get going like really slow, and just concentrate on shifting your rocker from one wheel to the other with your body weight. Just kind of shift it, let it go to the one edge, shift it back, let it go to the other edge. And then I thought originally when you were talking about riding your center, I thought you were talking about actually just staying flat in your center. Um, um, I'm not very good at riding. Some people ride straight up, just ride on their centers, even when they're sideways. They're barely touching those wheels. You have to be careful with that because it's real easy to catch an edge. But you can uh, you can do that. I would suggest going at lower speeds and kind of feeling that bump of the center wheel, kind of feeling where the center wheel is, and kind of working on shifting your body weight so that you have a little less weight on that back edge. And obviously you're going to want to keep, you don't, it's almost like you're keeping the front of the board is actually moving less than the back of the board, if that makes sense. Like the front of the board, even though you're when you switch edges, you're you have most of your weight, a lot of your weight's going to be more forward when you're switching edges. And your wheel, even though your front edge is going to be touching also, you could really bend the board, and you could keep your front. The front doesn't matter as much. It's more about the back and where the back's at. Um, when I first started learning how to do it, I would just when it clicked, and I was like, oh wow, I can go from one edge to the other. I don't have to switch edges to slide. Switch edge, slide, switch edge, slide. You know, I realized, oh, I could just go from edge to edge and slide to slide. Well, that's when you want to slow down, get on a flatter hill, and just concentrate on the rolling of the back foot. And you're pushing your back foot out to the one side, sliding, swinging that. And as you initiate the slide, you're gonna switch to that edge. So, but what's happening now is you're probably overcompensating, and you're putting too much weight on that edge, so you're not getting a slide. Once you get more comfortable with your balance, you will start to feel that breaking point where you have to let up a little bit in order to get the slide. Right now your wheels are probably gripping. It probably doesn't help that you're riding with the blues. The blues are really grippy, in my opinion. But before you start anything, you should learn how to slide to a stop, whether it's front side or back side. You should be able to slide to a stop. That's a major part of it. If you can't do that, then I would go back to that, and I would learn how to slide to a stop, front side, back side, and then maybe even do a front side 180, and then do another front side 180 back to riding regular. Front side 180 to switch, front side 180 back to regular. Once you understand how to let that back end break free, then it'll all come together, and it's gonna come to you at once, and it just takes practice. It really helps if you're around other people that do it, because it pushes you. You seem pretty, you seem like you're doing a good job on your own, which is what I did for the first year. I didn't even know other people existed for a year. But I know you don't have. It would be great to maybe take a trip down to North Greece and ride with some people if you get a chance. I don't know. A plane ticket's probably, I don't know, $100. They have big meetups, and they would be willing to help you out. You seem like you can ride enough to be able to do that. You're past the point where it wouldn't make a difference if you went or not. You're for me, it was always harder to ride edges. Like, I honestly, I hate it. I hate riding just on the edge. Like, for me, when I learned how to slide from edge to edge, that made freeboarding what it is. I mean, I just riding edge to edge like that, switching edge to edge, like, that's not, to me, that's not fun, and it's actually harder for me now. Like, I'm still not very good at just switching edges. I always slide into my edges. And then when I started snowboarding, when I started snowboarding, which was like 2 years ago, my first time snowboarding, whenever the first time down the hill, I would actually pick the back I'd pick the back of my board up and throw it into a slide. I would force that slide, and I would have to do that the whole way down the hill for